That's crazy how all that lines up. And that's what you're going to see. Look at that. That's nasty. What's up, you guys? We're picking up right where we left off from the other day. So we want to show you what's going on, where we're at, and how we're going about all this. Okay. So first thing I want to show you here is our ledger board. And before we go any further, listen, you don't have to have a ledger board. We have one. I'm going to tell you why we have one, and it's not to keep our tiles straight. That's not why we're using a ledger board right here. 99 times out of 100, if we are pitching this floor, we're going to end up using a ledger board because it's going to help us. If you constantly do showers only and you're not doing anything else in the bathroom, then you probably wouldn't want to do it this way. We do it this way because we're doing the whole bathroom, not just the shower. So the shower is the longest thing in any bathroom project. So with that being said, we want to get all this waterproofed and get the tile up on the wall as quick as possible because the floor is a multi process with layers, cure times, dry pack times, waterproofing, all that stuff. It takes multiple days to go through all the steps, to do the flood test, to everything. So we don't want to be sitting here with short days, going home early. So it's all about timing for me and Tom. So we put in the bulk of the work. Tom, go ahead and give him the guided tour. Everything's tore out now. All that's tore out where the tub's going. We're going to go board all that as well, even though water's not a factor, just to make it, the same as everywhere else. Mike came in this morning. He ran our electric in no time. We already had that wall over there out where the vanity and stuff's going. So now me and Tom tomorrow, after dealing with all that stuff, talking everything over with Mike, getting everything situated today, we're spending the rest of the day preparing for our tile application tomorrow. So starting off with the ledger board, we know we went 15 inches up because of our tile size. That way we laid all this math out correctly on the wall. By being 15 inches up, starting this with no pitched floor yet, up here, our last piece is going to be 13 inches at the top. Well, we already know our floor is going to be 2 inches tall. Take 2 away from the 15. That's why we're setting this at 15, because there's no floor yet. So by being able to set this tomorrow and throw all this up, okay, no niche yet, no window yet, but throw all the wall tile up. This is how that helps us out. Because tomorrow, when we throw all this up, the next day, we can take this right off. After we're done tiling, we'll go ahead and tile the outside of this and all of it to use our time tomorrow. Get as much tile as we can done. Coming in on Wednesday, we'll take this off, not do anything else in here, and immediately dry pack this floor. Now we're going to tile all this over here that matches all this. Then the next day we'll wrap all this in membrane, and then we'll finish tiling. We'll frame the tub in, all that sort of stuff over there. We got the vanity, everything coming over here. So we're going to keep working outside of the shower while we do all these stages. When we're literally done over here or need to get back over here, it'll be ready. We will have already flood tested and everything. We'll lay this entire floor. This is already off, and we will put that last row in here of 13 inches. We'll be setting the doors, and everything will come together. Well, let me show you. Look, I know a ledger board is no big deal, but you do want to make sure that everything is correct. You want to make sure whatever you use, we like using Go Board as our ledger board. You want to make sure that's tight and snug up underneath here. When you're done, you should be able to go to your opposite corner and come over here and rest right on that, and that ought to say zeros all day long. There you go. And then look, same thing. Come over here, because it's so much easier to check yourself right now. It's so much easier to check yourself right now and adjust something instead of figuring that out. Take the 2 seconds. We double check, triple check all our math, because once we get going, we can always tweak something ever so slightly, but we need to be on point as we walk up, just like a foundation. All right, so moving on. We got that figured out. let's bring y'all up to speed on the niche, which is no big deal. You probably already know what's going on with the niche, but let me show you the difference between the niche and what we're doing and the window and what we're doing. Here's the big difference. The niche itself, just like everybody else would do, okay, the woodwork was here, the framework was here, we created the niche. We literally set the go board on top before we set it down. Right here on the front, I put a bead of the sealant as I set the go board down to already accommodate that seam. Okay, just like when we stack go board on the back wall, put that right across top. I do the same right there. Same right there before I shove that down. So all those are filled on the perimeter, so nothing can penetrate where that caps over that wall side. We're pushing that sealant, squishing it out. I'm taking a fat bead where it comes together, and I'm taking that all the way around. Okay, perimeters everywhere. We wrapped all that in go board. The sealant went on everywhere after. We let all that dry. This morning I came in here and I went an extra step above. You don't have to. I'm just telling you what me and Tom do. When we're done with all the sealant and everything like that, we don't like a lot of the fiber tapes. Some of them are very thin. If you use a lot of the, we use the Ladder Creek products as far as membrane, Hydroband, things of that nature. So any of the fabric has a mill thickness. It puts it a lot thicker in there than what we really wanted to. So it's so much simpler with the go board already being waterproof, and you just gotta worry about your seams. Throw your sealant in there, throw it under here before you shove that down. Smear all that correctly, you know, going around making your box. Let it all dry and cure, and then throw you a coat of Hydroband Plus right over the top of that. That's what me and Tom do on our niches, just to be dummy proof. Almost the same concept with the window. We've just got a couple of different things going on with the window than we do with the niche, and one of those being the glass. Okay, we got the back wall, it's done. We got the glass, it's done. But the difference is where the perimeter hits on the glass and where it hits on the sealant. That's night and day. You can't really get the sealant in here on the lip of that glass, okay, because sitting in here like this, you got to keep in mind, this window is done, but we have another piece of glass that's going in here that was original. That was the stained glass. So this little lip right here that you see that we've already gotten up, that stained glass is about 1/4 inch thick and rests on that entire channel. So we knew we could get it up on the glass a little bit with our sealant, with our Hydroband, because we're thinking about the end result. When this glass goes in, we're going to put a bead of clear silicone on top of all this sealant that we already have going around. The reason being, when that stained glass goes to sit back in there on this track and rest, we're going to catch that silicone clear, and it is going to create a seal all the way around it. I'm not worried about water getting in there. I'm worried about moisture getting underneath that glass, in between the glasses, fogging it up and having nowhere to go. You could sit here and do this all day long and it wouldn't take any of the fog away. So that'll keep the moisture out in between the glasses by putting silicone down here and pushing that in play. We're going to end up wrapping this not with tile. We're going to wrap it with granite curb, okay? We're going to slab this entire thing. So by the time our slab comes in and goes to kiss the glass, we're going to be about 1/4 inch up above where our glass is resting to cushion it, to make 1/4 inch seal on that glass all the way around. Now the trick is, when we go to bring that granite in, and here's our glass, we don't want to bring it in and touch. We want to pull back and leave about 1/16 of an inch pinstripe line all the way around, because that's where I'm going to take color match silicone, and we're going to shoot that down in there until it balloons back at us. Then we're going to ramp that at a 22.5 instead of straight. In case any water was to sit up in there, the seal is already pitched. Magically it rests in there somewhere. It'll never rest level on something sealed. Every time we seal something like in a window or a niche, we make sure that bead has a slant to it. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. We're going to show you all along the way. And, you know, as usual, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see y'all back on the next one.